I promised listeners a few weeks ago I'd raise this point.
Yep.
Because the media spun it and said Ventura supports totally open borders. Well, I know you. And I said, no, that's not it. Well, I asked you during the break, and you clarified it. What is your take on the open borders and what's happening right now?
Well, I love open borders because to me we're all people of the planet Earth, and why should I be required to have paperwork to go around the planet I belong on? Borders are nothing but man-made obstacles. Now, here's the deal. If we would end the ridiculous war on drugs, you would not have this problem at the border. This is the direct result of the United States war on drugs. If we ended it, we would have enough money to take care of the border problem. And if you're going to blame the people coming up here and getting on welfare, well, then blame the politicians who create a system that allow them to get on welfare. But the point being is they're children, for the most part, and they're the results of they're more like refugees. They're the results of the war on drugs down there, which if the United States would legalize, it would go away, and probably your border problem would disappear with it. And look at all the money we'd have, Alex, if we weren't fighting the war on drugs.
Well, look, I mean, I know your view, and then that's a hardcore libertarian view, and I get it if it wasn't a drug war, if I can't go to Guatemala and have a baby with my wife and have it paid for. So I'm saying that is a discriminatory against American citizens, making them pay for it. So I agree with you. Get rid of the welfare, and then we'd get the skilled people up here, not the folks looking for something free. I mean, but I get you're humanizing the people, and I understand that view, Jesse. It's just that the larger issue is the Democrats want a bunch of people they can put on welfare.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, Alex. I'm not going to go that far. To me, the bigger issue is stop this idiotic war on drugs. End it. It's a complete failure. It causes corruption. Like my mother told me, she lived through the prohibition of alcohol. Before she passed on, my mom told me the war on drugs is identical. All it does is make criminals rich and powerful. Let's end it. Let's take our heads out of the sand and deal with drug addiction the way it should be, medically, not criminally.
I totally agree with you, Governor Jesse Ventura.
You are watching the best of the Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.